Can I just start? So I use this liquidy paint, and I like it because, you know, it allows the drip to go better. And really there's no choice of color, or, I mean, I guess there is, but it's not, obviously not thought out or anything. And then the mixing of color and the blending of colors happens right on the canvas. It's always kind of exciting because the idea is to cover the canvas as you're going along. So it starts out one way and then it's a different way. Painting's for me like, I need to have that urge to do it, you know, that sense of, I gotta do something here, or I'm feeling something. I need to put it out there, you know. Sometimes I choose a color that I want it to be like the biggest color in the piece, or at least the color that stands out the most. So I don't know how it started on the floor, because what I remember is when I started painting, I would buy I had like restaurant napkins, you know, and I had a round table here, and I would put gesso on them and then paint over them, and I was painting, so I started painting on the table really. So I guess as it got bigger, it just moved down to the floor. It was never like something I thought about, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna paint on the floor, like Pollock did. Although I do, you know, he's one of my favorite painters. So here's where now controlling the drips come in, and the placement comes in. I leave puddles around it. So that then they can drip. Like I said, I've never had anybody watch me paint. It tends to be fast in terms of how I work. I mean, and that doesn't mean that the painting will be completed, but it means that depending on my mood, I think that's where the speed takes over. You know, like I said, the bigger the painting gets, the more it becomes like more problem solving in terms of not so much the technique or where I want to go, but how the painting is speaking to me as I'm you know, painting it, as I'm processing the color. I also like the idea of things in the world and things in human beings and us not being perfect. So perfection is not a goal in what I'm doing, you know. There's really no like direction I want to go in, and I focus on the actual spot where I'm going, you know. I'm not necessarily looking as a broad way, you know, it's not a broad view of the painting, but rather a really specific spot. And that's also because, again, when it's with emotions, I try to feel exactly what it is that I'm feeling in that moment. You know, and that's what I want to release onto the canvas.